Round 3, 2-0. Just one of those hands. One of those hands where these traverses. You never know. We do have an Inquisition into Tarmogoyf, and they're on 6 cards, so guess we're in there. So let me get a Street Wraith into a Bauble one time. Basic Forest. Birds of Paradise. Am I going to get my lands blown up? I don't know what you're working with. Ooh, spice. You got some spice. Well, that ooze is scary, but so is Spell Queller. Retreat to Korlhelm, not so much. Guess I just take the ooze. Opponent's just going to draw go for a while, and we can just get up to K-Command mana. Uh-oh. Okay, they're just casting Retreat? That's great. Great for me. We snuck in the Goyf. We did it. And opponent is just getting to work with the Scry 1. That is acceptable. So we're just going to flash in a Spell Queller. That's aggressive. Now, in response, how aggressive do we want to be? I think very. You discard, your bird dies. And I got a Windswept Teeth. Not super exciting. And they found a Courser, but it's a brick on top. Spell Queller comes in. We draw a Battle Rage. Our Traverses still are not online. What does this Pride Mage do for my opponent? Not much. Traverse, you have failed me miserably. Every time. Gotta get the Architects of Will in this deck. I've decided. Not sure where the slot's gonna come from. They did not play Pride Mage. What am I missing? So they go to 7. And or I push the Courser. They did draw Pride Mage, right? Am I crazy? Pump it up. Take 5. Now you have an ooze. You can gain 1 life. And shrink my Tarmogoyf by 1, I guess. So you go up to 7. But I still have a 4/5. There's only 1 sorcery in the yard. I think I want to do that just to make sure I have enough sorceries. And I don't think they're blocking. But just to be sure. Get him, Battle Rage. Hell yeah. Alright, well, we need to kill Knight of the Reliquary. Wonder if these angers are any good. I think it's just these 5, and Liliana the Last Hope is pretty sketchy. They should have birds and noble. What do we want to cut? Like Veil K commands? And then maybe a Street Wraith? This is just max disruption, max removal. Kind of playing a control-y game, but also having Battle Rage as a finisher to break through board stalls. Street Wraith is another thing that helps with Delirium, though. Possible, like, Brutality. Brutality could be a thing. Is Last Hope even good? Last Hope's probably worse than Veil. Like, the +1 is going to kill a Mana Dork, but the -2 is not very relevant against a Path to Exile deck. Maybe I do want a Brutality. What if I just cut Liliana's for Brutalities? Definitely looked like they had enough targets. And then I might want to clear out Path and maybe Collected Company anyway, so yeah, Brutality is probably good. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Discard removal threat. Let's go. So I don't need the blue. I do want Blood Crypt, I guess. I could push the bird. I think this is better because I might want to push a knight or something next turn. So Path, Knight, Ooze, Selfless Spirit. These are all reasonable cards. So I take the Path. They can play Knight, and then I can play Push and nothing else, which kind of stinks. So if I take the Path, they could play Ooze or Selfless Spirit instead to kind of protect their Knight. Maybe I just don't even care about the Path. Maybe it's... I have 2 removal spells and 2 threats. They have 3 threats and 1 removal spell. I think if I get to push the Knight, I would call it a victory. But like, what if I take Ooze, then they play Selfless Spirit, right? Then I can't pulse the Knight. So that'd be kind of a disaster, and then they just get to untap with Knight of the Reliquary, and there's not a lot I can do. They could also, like, Knight Bajuka Bog me to make my Goyf smaller. Yeah, this is tough. And if I take the Ooze, then they have Spirit Path. I play Goyf, get Pathed. And then I guess I could Pulse Push the Knight? Yeah, maybe that works. Yeah, let's do that. And they didn't path the Goyf, despite taking 2 and leaving the mana open. So this is kind of bad for me. I needed them to path there for this plan to work. Anger's interesting. I guess I messed up by fetching. Or at least by fetching Stomping Ground. I should have fetched the... Or by fetching Overgrown Tomb, I should have fetched the Stomping Ground. So we'll just push the Spirit. Make our Goyf a little bit bigger. Not really give them any options. And then unless they knight up a fetch land, they have retreat. Ha! Okay. So I should be very dead. Yeah, I guess I should have just taken the knight to avoid all this nonsense, but... Yeah, if I take the knight and they play ooze, I push it. Then I'm not really in the worst spot, you know. At least I can't get comboed out this way, but... If I did get pathed, my plan would have worked, and... I don't know. I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. I'm just going to skip this. Basically what's going to happen is they're going to untap their knight a bunch, put a bunch of lands in their graveyard, make it big, and wolf run for trample. So, obviously if I had a removal spell, I wouldn't let them untap with knight. So just play draw, change anything. Probably means I want anger less. Veil's kind of mopey. But so is Last Hope. I don't know. Last Hope does definitely kill their Selfless Spirit, which is apparently a thing. Not like this. Not like this. So no Inquisition or Thoughtseize, but we do have turn 1 push for their bird if we want to take that route. So we can turn 1 push and then turn 2 Tarmogoyf. Not sure if I'm supposed to take damage there or not. I'm certainly leaning towards no because I elected not to, but it is interesting. Possibly I should have gotten Stomping Ground Overgrown Tomb. I don't know. Why would they fetch Blood Moon right away? Or fetch Stomping Ground right away. Do they have Blood Moon? Is that a thing? Is that what's going to happen? Well, there is my Inquisition. So I could just Goif and pass, I could Inky push, or I could just Brutality. And I think I want to Brutality before they have Spell Queller. But then, am I draining them? Probably. Might just pitch these Traverses. Although, maybe I want to Traverse for Swamp. And then play, like, push Tarmogoyf next turn, or, like, discard Spell Tarmogoyf. I don't know. Reveal your hand, -2, -2. And I think I'm getting rid of Traverse. Unified Will, Path, Collected Company. So those are all good ones. They have 3 land. So now I need to draw a fetch land to turn on my Fatal Push to be able to kill their knight. Now my Goif's big at least. Maybe I can just run them over. It's possible that they just path and have Unified Will open. Nope, Ooze. Interesting. Ooze path, I guess. Or draw step path me? Okay. Yeah, it turns on Revolt, but obviously not super relevant here. So get your knight, play a Goif. You have 3 Ooze activations. Don't think you can exile everything because there are 4 sorceries, 2 instants. And 4 lands, 2 creatures, I guess. This is a weird game. Very weird game. So I can Inquisition. They're going to Unified Will. I'm going to push the Goif in response. And then that should tie us. If you control more creatures than the spell's controller. Huh. So if I take the Unified Will, then they have 2 mana to use Ooze on. So I guess letting this resolve is probably smart on their part. They think I have Fatal Push, but I think I have to take it anyway. And I think I have to push this now so that I can actually continue attacking. And then if their turn, next turn is just play Courser and I have Liliana, that's kind of great for me. Hopefully it's not like Courser hit a land, Path to Exile or something. I imagine if they had Path, they would just cast it. But it is Courser hit a land. Fetch land, no less. So do I want an edict here? I don't know what their last card is. Could be like a collected company or something equally scary. Either way, I know I'm playing Liliana and not cycling Street Wraith. I guess I could Wraith into something better potentially, but... So if I Edict, they sack Elemental. Courser probably kills Liliana, and then they play Ooze and can make it a 4/4. Nope. Well, yeah, because of Street Wraith. Maybe I actually want to cycle Street Wraith just to maybe hit another creature. Then they can't Ooze everything unless they hit another land. But my Liliana, in theory, is going to be dead, so... I guess I could, like, surprise Street Wraith to get over the Ooze if somehow it comes to that, too, but... Yeah, so they just draw the Ooze, Noble on top, probably going to fetch now. Well, I'll attack Liliana first, I guess. Okay, bigger Goyf. So they hit another land, so they're up to 6. And they have 3 Ooze activations and a Gavany on top. Township is not that big of a deal. Oh, another spell. A Voice. Voice is tough. Ooh, Push is nice. Guess we cycle. God, do I want to hit the Ooze or do I want to hit the Courser? I think the Ooze is just going to be able to overpower the Goyf eventually. So I think, despite getting that Goyf value... Ah, Christ. Oh no. Oh no. I did it. I looked at the top 1 card. Alright. BRB, I guess. And look at my sweet background here. While I try to load up the motos. Loading. Any matches of Magic ever? Okay. All right, back to business. Think we have to attack. They're gonna not take it? What? Come on, Brutality or Tarfire. Or Battle Rage, I guess. I feel like I messed this game up. Not sure how or where. I feel like I did. May have blown it. Who knows? Who knows? Their remaining card is a Township. Gonna play it. That makes sense. Attack me. No blocks. Pump my squad. No, no pump my squad. Ah, brutality. We did it. Nug. So I think they should have blocked, but I think this is reasonable too, where like if they just keep chumping, it's not great. Whereas now they chump, township, untap, township again, and they're actually in a pretty good spot. Like they can actually brick wall my Tarmogoyfs. So this gives them like a 1-turn window, basically. Like they know they're going to go up to 2 from Courser, and then if they hit another land, then they're going to go up to 3, and then just be out of range of everything. So yeah, I think their play was reasonable. It just I peeled. I got lucky. I drew my 3-outer, or 5-outer, I guess, really. But yeah, they're going to draw company in the next turn, and obviously things were going to get pretty tough. But it worked out.